In the vast and unforgiving landscape of the Old West, where trust was as rare as water and kindness even rarer, one man's simple act of shelter changed the course of many lives forever. On a cold, starless night, a weary woman wandered into his life, lost, vulnerable, and carrying secrets no one could have imagined. Without hesitation, he offered her refuge, a place of safety in a world that had shown her little mercy. What happened the very next day would astonish a town and ripple across the frontier as 100 riders arrived bearing gold, a testament to the power of compassion in the wildest of lands. This was no ordinary woman seeking shelter. She was a wanderer with a past that reached beyond the dust and danger of the frontier, her story woven with hardship, hope, and survival. The man who took her knew little of her background, but recognized the courage it took to keep moving forward despite the odds. His kindness was quiet, without expectation or fanfare, but it ignited a gratitude that would soon materialize in the most unexpected way. As dawn broke and the horizon blazed with the first light of morning, the peaceful town awoke to a breathtaking sight. 100 riders, their horses pounding the earth like thunder, rode in bearing gifts of gold, not for the woman, but for the man who had shown her mercy. Their arrival was more than a show of wealth. It was a powerful acknowledgement of a debt paid in kindness and respect, a reminder that true riches are often found in the compassion we extend to others. This story transcends the harsh realities of frontier life to reveal a timeless truth, that even in the wildest, most unforgiving places, acts of humanity can build bridges that no money can buy. It is a tale of unexpected generosity, a reminder that the heart's capacity for kindness can change destinies and inspire loyalty beyond measure. The man's quiet strength and the woman's resilience together sparked a legacy that would echo through the ages. Join me as we explore this extraordinary story from the Old West, a story of shelter, gratitude, and the astonishing power of kindness rewarded in ways no one could have predicted. Discover how one act of compassion brought 100 riders in gold, forever changing the lives intertwined in this remarkable chapter of frontier history. The man lived a quiet life on the edge of town, where the wild plains stretched endlessly beneath the expansive sky. He was a figure shaped by the frontier's harsh demands, resilient, resourceful, and solitary. Yet beneath his rugged exterior lay a heart capable of profound compassion. One cold evening, as shadows lengthened and the wind whispered through the sagebrush, a woman appeared on his doorstep. Her clothes were worn, her eyes weary, and her presence spoke of a journey fraught with danger and despair. Without hesitation, the man offered her shelter, a small act that would soon reverberate far beyond the confines of his humble home. The woman accepted his kindness silently, grateful yet guarded. She had traveled far, escaping shadows that pursued her across states and stories unknown to the townsfolk. The man provided warmth by the fire, food for her aching body, and a place to rest, gifts that, in the unforgiving West, could mean the difference between life and death. Neither spoke much that night. Their silence was filled with unspoken respect and the fragile comfort that comes from knowing someone is willing to stand beside you without judgment. News of the stranger's arrival trickled through the town like a cautious breeze, met with curiosity and skepticism. Rumors swirled about her past, weaving tales of mystery and intrigue that only heightened the town's fascination. Yet, despite the whispers, the man's simple act of shelter remained unadorned by expectation or claim. He saw in her a fellow traveler deserving of mercy, nothing more. It was a reminder that sometimes the greatest acts of kindness come without fanfare, given simply because it is the right thing to do. As the night wore on and the town slept, the man and the woman shared a quiet moment under a canopy of stars, two souls finding refuge in each other's presence amidst a world often too harsh to bear alone. This fragile connection was the seed from which a story of gratitude, loyalty, and unexpected reward would soon grow, transforming lives and communities in ways no one could have foreseen. This opening chapter introduces the themes of compassion, trust, and the power of small acts to spark profound change, setting the stage for a tale where humanity triumphs in the harsh wilderness. as dawn broke over the horizon, casting golden light across the rugged landscape. The town awoke to a sight both awe-inspiring and unexpected. 100 riders appeared on the dusty trail, their horses' hooves stirring clouds of earth and anticipation. Clad in worn leather and carrying banners that fluttered like whispers of respect, they rode not as warriors, but as emissaries of gratitude. Their mission was clear: to honor the man whose kindness had sheltered a wandering woman, a gesture that had blossomed into a debt of honor that no riches could repay. The riders were a diverse group: ranchers, traders, and townsfolk from far and wide, all united by a common story of compassion and loyalty. Their goal was not merely a reward, but a symbol of the deep connections forged through acts of mercy in a land often ruled by hardship and suspicion. As they arrived at the man's doorstep, the community gathered in silent reverence, bearing witness to a moment where humanity's better nature shone through the dust and grit of frontier life. The woman, now rested and regaining strength, watched with quiet amazement as the riders dismounted and approached. Though her past remained shrouded in mystery, it was clear that her presence had kindled a bond of gratitude that transcended words and social divides. The man's humility stood in stark contrast to the grandeur of the procession, a testament to his quiet strength and the profound impact of an unassuming act of kindness. This unexpected display of honor and generosity transformed the town's understanding of wealth and value. It was not the gold itself that mattered most, but the recognition of kindness as a currency more precious than any coin. The event became a defining moment, a powerful reminder that even in the roughest corners of the West, the bonds forged by compassion and respect could change lives and rewrite destinies. This part deepens the narrative by highlighting the arrival of the riders and the symbolic meaning of their gift, setting up themes of gratitude, humility, and the true nature of wealth. The arrival of the riders stirred a profound transformation within the town spirit. No longer were acts of kindness viewed merely as fleeting gestures. They became the foundation of a new social fabric, woven with threads of respect and gratitude. The man who had sheltered the wandering woman emerged as a quiet hero, a symbol of the strength found not in wealth or violence, but in generosity and courage. His humble home, once just another building on the edge of town, now stood as a beacon of hope and humanity. The woman's story unfolded slowly, revealing layers of hardship, resilience, and survival that had led her to the man's doorstep. She was a traveler marked by life's cruelties, yet her spirit remained unbroken. Her presence, once a source of curiosity and speculation, became a testament to the power of compassion to heal and restore. Together, their stories intertwined, creating a powerful narrative about redemption, trust, and the unexpected bonds forged in the wild frontier. The community, witnessing this transformation, began to reflect on their own capacity for kindness. Inspired by the rider's tribute and the man's selfless act, townsfolk started to look beyond suspicion and division. Acts of goodwill, once rare, grew in number and sincerity, nurturing a culture where compassion became the currency of connection. This shift was subtle but profound, echoing the very essence of what it meant to survive and thrive in the Old West. Amid the celebration and newfound respect, the man remained humble. He neither sought nor expected recognition, embodying the true spirit of generosity, giving without desire for reward. His story, now shared and honored, became a powerful lesson for all, that the greatest strength often lies in the simplest acts of kindness, and that true wealth is found in the lives we touch and the communities we build. This chapter explores the ripple effect of compassion, showing how one act of kindness can inspire a whole community to embrace generosity as a way of life. As the sun climbed higher over the town, the rider's gift of gold was more than a material reward. It was a symbol of honor, gratitude, and the enduring power of human connection. The gold, gleaming in the morning light, represented a promise that acts of kindness would never go unnoticed or unreciprocated, even in the harshest of lands. The town's elders spoke of the event for years to come, sharing the tale as a lesson in humility, respect, and the profound impact of giving. The woman, now recovering and gaining strength, remained a quiet presence in the unfolding story. Her gratitude was deep but unspoken, reflecting the humility of someone who had experienced much and found unexpected sanctuary. The man's shelter had been a turning point in her journey, a moment where trust overcame fear and where the cold frontier gave way to warmth and hope. Their bond became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of kindness. Beyond the town, the story of the 100 riders and the man's generosity spread across the frontier, inspiring others to reconsider the true value of wealth and honor. It challenged the harsh realities of frontier life by placing empathy and community above survival alone. In a world often ruled by scarcity and suspicion, this tale became a beacon, guiding others to recognize that kindness is a strength that can unite and uplift even the most rugged landscapes. This chapter highlights the far-reaching influence of gratitude and generosity, showing how one man's kindness not only changed a life, but sparked a cultural shift that resonated across the Old West. It is a reminder that in the wildest places, humanity's greatest power lies in compassion. The man's act of sheltering the wandering woman became a cornerstone of the town's evolving identity. His kindness, rewarded by the 100 riders bearing gold, reminded the community that the true currency of the frontier was compassion. Slowly but surely, the town transformed from a place marked by suspicion and survival into a community where generosity and respect became the pillars of everyday life. The story spread, weaving itself into the fabric of local lore and inspiring others to look beyond their own hardships and extend a helping hand. As the legacy of the man and the woman grew, so did the understanding that kindness often required great courage. In a land where every day could bring danger, choosing to protect and nurture another was a bold statement against the harshness of the world. The woman's resilience, paired with the man's steadfast generosity, became a beacon of hope, proof that even in the roughest terrain, humanity could prevail through empathy and trust. Neighbors began to rally together more often, helping those in need without hesitation or expectation. The ripple effect of one man's shelter and one woman's gratitude fostered a spirit of community that defied the isolation of frontier life. This collective goodwill became a force stronger than any weapon, binding the town together and making it a safer, more compassionate place for all its inhabitants. The man and woman's story also challenged the old ways, where might often meant right, and survival demanded selfishness. Their example redefined strength, showing that true power lies in generosity, in lifting others up even when it comes at a personal cost. The transformation of the town was a living testament to the idea that kindness, when given freely, could reshape even the most unforgiving of landscapes. This chapter highlights the cultural shift sparked by a single act of compassion, emphasizing how empathy and courage can rewrite the rules of survival and community. With time, the town's reputation as a place of generosity and unity attracted travelers and settlers who sought more than just opportunity. They sought belonging. The story of the man who sheltered a wandering woman and the 100 riders who honored his kindness became a magnet for those yearning for a community where values of empathy and respect reigned. This influx of new faces brought fresh energy and hope, further cementing the town's transformation from a rugged outpost into a thriving home. The legacy of kindness cultivated by the man and woman inspired future generations to carry the torch. Parents told their children about the power of helping others, teaching them that wealth measured in gold was fleeting, but the richness of a giving heart could last forever. Schools and churches echoed these lessons, nurturing a culture where acts of generosity were celebrated and expected, creating a cycle of kindness that sustained the community through generations. Annual gatherings commemorated the historic day when 100 riders brought gold not for themselves, but for a man who simply did what was right. These events became a cornerstone of the town's identity, a celebration of the values that had redefined their lives, and a reminder of the impact one person's kindness could have on many. Through these traditions, the spirit of generosity remained alive, guiding the town through challenges and changes alike. The woman who once wandered into the man's home had become a symbol of resilience and hope, her journey intertwined forever with the community's story. Together, their legacy was a powerful beacon that reminded all who heard it that kindness and courage could open doors and create bonds stronger than any hardship. Their story showed that in the Old West, as in any time or place, humanity's greatest triumphs often begin with a simple act of generosity. This chapter reflects on the lasting power of legacy, showing how stories of kindness become the foundation for communities and inspire hope across time. As the story of the man and the wandering woman spread across the frontier, it became a symbol of hope for many who faced the loneliness and hardship of the Old West. Travelers passing through spoke of the 100 riders who came bearing gold, a testament to the power of gratitude and kindness in a world often marked by cruelty and struggle. This tale inspired others to open their doors and hearts, fostering a culture of generosity that transcended boundaries and social divides. The women who rode with the 100 riders were not merely couriers of wealth, but bearers of respect and recognition for the man's unwavering kindness. Their presence embodied a profound respect for acts of compassion, reminding the community that generosity is a language understood by all, regardless of status or background. They became ambassadors of goodwill, spreading the message that in even the harshest places, kindness can create alliances stronger than any contract or law. The man's humble home, once a solitary refuge, became a gathering place for neighbors and travelers alike, a sanctuary where stories of generosity, survival, and community were shared around crackling fires. This space grew into a symbol of connection and healing, where the values of empathy and courage were nurtured and celebrated. It stood as a living monument to the idea that the smallest acts of kindness can build the strongest foundations. Over time, the legacy of that night, the sheltering of a wandering woman and the arrival of the 100 riders, wove itself into the very identity of the town. It became a story told around campfires, a lesson taught to children, and a beacon for those who believe that humanity could flourish in even the most rugged of landscapes. Their tale was a reminder that true wealth is measured not in gold, but in the love and respect shared between people. This chapter highlights the enduring influence of stories that celebrate kindness, showing how they inspire generations and foster a culture of compassion across communities. With each passing year, the town flourished, shaped by the spirit of generosity ignited by one man's simple act. The ripple effects of kindness transformed not only lives, but also the very fabric of the community. Neighbors began to trust one another more deeply, working together to build a future that honored the values of empathy, courage, and mutual respect. In this way, the town became a model for frontier life, a place where humanity and hope triumphed over hardship and isolation. The annual commemorations of the riders' arrival evolved into cherished traditions, drawing people from far and wide who wished to honor the legacy of kindness that had reshaped the region. These gatherings were filled with stories, music, and shared meals, celebrations that reinforced the community's commitment to living by the principles exemplified by the man who sheltered the wandering woman. Through these events, the spirit of generosity continued to inspire, reminding all that even the smallest gestures can leave lasting impressions. The woman's journey, once marked by uncertainty and hardship, became a story of resilience and renewal, intertwining with the town's own narrative of transformation. Her presence in the man's life and the community symbolized the power of trust and the profound impact of extending a hand when it is most needed. Together, their story became a timeless reminder that kindness can change the course of lives and build bridges where none seemed possible. This chapter reflects on the power of legacy and tradition, showing how stories rooted in compassion continue to shape communities and inspire hope for generations to come. It is a testament to the idea that every act of kindness, no matter how small, carries the potential to create enduring change. As the legend of the man and the wandering woman continued to spread, it became a beacon of hope across the vast, rugged frontier. Their story transcended the boundaries of their small town, inspiring settlers and travelers alike to embrace the power of generosity and human connection. in a land often ruled by solitude and survival. This tale reminded everyone that compassion could unite even the most disparate souls, forging bonds stronger than steel. The 100 riders who came bearing gold were more than just a symbol of gratitude. They represented a community's collective spirit, a testament to the profound impact one selfless act can have. Their arrival sparked a cultural shift, encouraging others to recognize the value of kindness as the true currency of the West. Townsfolk began to rebuild their lives with renewed faith in humanity, inspired by the knowledge that even the smallest gesture could reverberate through time and space. Within this community, the ripple effect of kindness took root and flourished, creating a legacy that would endure for generations. Parents shared the story with their children, emphasizing the importance of empathy, courage, and humility. Schools, churches, and gatherings became venues where her story was celebrated as a pillar of the town's identity. It was not just a tale of survival, but a blueprint for living, a guide for nurturing hope and compassion in the face of adversity. The woman and the man who sheltered her became icons of the Old West, their lives a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. Their story teaches us that true wealth lies not in gold or power, but in the lives we touch and the love we give freely. It is a timeless lesson that one act of kindness can ripple through history, inspiring change far beyond what we can imagine. This chapter reflects on the enduring power of legacy, showing how stories of empathy and courage inspire communities and shape the future. As the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the town that had been forever changed, the story of the man who sheltered a wandering woman and the 100 riders who came with gold remained etched in the hearts of all who knew it. Their legacy was not just in the material gifts exchanged, but in the spirit of generosity, trust, and humanity that blossomed from a single act of kindness. The monument erected in their honor stood as a symbol of hope, a reminder that heroism is often quiet, humble, and unseen by the world. It called to all who pass by to remember that greatness is measured not by what we accumulate, but by what we give away. The town had become a living testament to the idea that kindness is a powerful force capable of transforming lives and communities. This story transcends time and place, offering lessons that resonate with anyone who believes in the power of empathy to heal and unite. It challenges us to look beyond ourselves, to extend grace to strangers, and to embrace the profound impact our actions can have on others. The man and the wandering woman remind us that, sometimes, the smallest gestures carry the greatest power. As we close this chapter, we are left with a powerful message. The legacy we leave is written in the kindness we show and the love we share. In a world often divided, stories like theirs inspire us to be the light in someone's darkness, the shelter in someone's storm, and the reason hope survives. This final chapter invites reflection on the enduring impact of compassion, encouraging us all to live with open hearts and courageous spirits. As we close this chapter of the Old West, we are reminded that true kindness carries a power far beyond gold or fame. The man who sheltered a wandering woman showed us that simple acts of compassion can create legacies that ripple through time and transform entire communities. His story teaches us that greatness often lies in the quiet moments when we choose to help others without expectation, and that such choices can change lives in unimaginable ways. Throughout the rugged frontier, where survival was often a solitary struggle, this tale stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to the strength found in generosity, empathy, and human connection. It challenges us to rethink what it means to be strong and powerful, reminding us that true influence is earned not by force, but by the courage to show kindness in a world that sometimes feels unforgiving. This story invites each of us to reflect. How might we be the shelter in someone's storm? What small gestures of compassion could spark a chain of gratitude and change around us? The legacy of the man and the woman urges us to embrace empathy and generosity in our daily lives, recognizing that every act of kindness carries the potential to build bridges where there were once walls. If this story moved you, I encourage you to join our community by subscribing to the channel, where we share inspiring tales that touch the heart and spark change. Like this video if it inspired you, and please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters and helps keep these stories alive, spreading hope and kindness to more people every day. Together, we can honor the quiet heroes among us and inspire a new generation to live with open hearts and courageous spirits. Remember, the smallest acts of kindness have the power to transform lives and, sometimes, even the course of history itself.